YouTube friends, welcome. I'm Kelly. Thanks for coming by. I am going to show you all of my cross-stitch projects that I've got. I think I've got 16, maybe 17. Not as many as some people, but I am going to do WIPGO, which we'll touch briefly on the end, and then I'll do another video later on. First of all, I'm just going to go through the projects I have that haven't been touched in a while, so they're sort of as is from whenever I took a photo last or filmed last, and then we'll go from there after that. This is what Winter Queen is supposed to look like, as designed by Nora Corbett. But I am not doing mine blue. Those of you who have been around my channel will know what I'm talking about. There is a stitcher currently that is doing this queen in blue, and I cannot remember who she is, but I will put the link in the description box if I find it. I am going to carry on with Winter Queen as she is. I did show it around to a few people, and yes, the Whisper fluffy thread is discolored, but as someone pointed out, animals in the wild that have white fur don't actually have white fur. So, she's going to be what she's going to be. I'll try to come as close as I can so you guys can see her good. Here's a view of part of Winter Queen close up. I have a new start from this book. That's what it's going to look like. I do have a video of me starting it, and I will put the link in the description. But I got a bit more done since that video. Let's see which way. Oh, this way. I'm stitching on Brighton. I only have part of the word. The red up here is the beginning of an M. And I have more of this fancy H done over here. I am using this book for two of my current WIPs, and I will also have a new start coming up. So let's go through it a little bit. I'm doing the kite motif only from this design. There is a separate chart. In this book, there is a main pattern for each month, and then in the following pages, there's little motifs for part of it. Like that. And I haven't worked on these projects in a while, so that is what the little houses look like. That's the middle house. This is just some scrap of Ada I had. Oatmeal, maybe, I'm not sure. I think it's 14 count though, but I couldn't swear to it. And this is, make sure it's right side up. Yep, that's what the little kite looks like. Now just give me a sec to find the page, and I'll be right back with what the new start's going to be. I've been thinking about doing this pattern for a while. This is the main December one. Santa and Mrs. Claus. Isn't that adorable? I'm not sure when I'm going to start it exactly, but it will be on the WIPGO board, and maybe I'll just start it then, or I'll start it ahead. I'm not really sure. But you'll see it eventually. I'm making 3 ornaments out of this magazine. 2 of them I'm going to show you now, but the Wise Men that I'll show you later has had some work, and it's out of this magazine too. So one of the ones I'm doing, here I'll try to turn the page so you guys can see this as close as possible, is that Making Spirits Bright one. It's sort of like rustic looking, I guess you could call it. Style, rustic style. That's what mine looks like now. I'm doing this 1 strand over 1 square. This is 25 count mushroom Lugana. And the other one that I can show you, because I haven't touched it in a while, is this Merry Mooseness one. He's pretty much done, so I'm not going to show you the picture. I mean, well, not pretty much, but all he needs is his legs, really, and some more back stitch, so you kind of get the idea. This is Trotter. He's a Rocking Horse by Teresa Wentzler. I've not worked on him in a while, so this is where we stand for the beginning of 2025, and he will have a spot on the WIPGO board. I'm doing a couple projects from free downloads that I got in the summer of 2024. One is this red truck from Country Living. I just did a search, Google search, red truck, cross stitch. This one came up. Mine doesn't look like much, but like that. And this one is the other one about Canada, and it is from, just a sec, let me get to the other page. Stitchwit.ca. Here, I'll try to zoom up here onto the website for you. Just in case you want to get it. And mine looks like, let's make sure it's the right way up. Mine looks like that so far. It's one part of the V and the beginning of the maple leaf of the O. This little project is from the same Sentiments and Sayings book. It's a little round thing about friendship with pink flowers. I got this UK magazine a very long time ago. My pen pal sent it to me. I've done other projects out of this. Eventually, someday, I will do a Ghosts of Cross Stitch Past type of video, just to show you everything I did way back when. I am doing the water lily out of the floral alphabet. It's going to look something like that. Each letter has a flower. They're all quite pretty, actually. I could probably do some more of them. They're really nice. And mine looks like that. It's pretty close. This is Water Lily Lugana. Coincidence, right? The color's perfect. So that's everything that I haven't touched in a bit. So you've seen all of that. The next ones I'm going to show you are projects I have worked on, so there will be a before video somewhere so you can see the comparison of it. So we'll carry on from there. I worked on the polar bear project a little bit. I'm doing this bear in the top middle. And I worked on his sweater. I'm working my way up toward the collar of the sweater. I'll put the previous photo somewhere here so you can see what it looked like before. Although I did not work on Trotter the Rocking Horse, I did work on Diamond. Most of the cross stitch is pretty much done. I was working over on the rocker here. There's going to be a heck of a lot of backstitch to go yet though. But I really only have to finish up that, and that's all that's left is only backstitch after that. Now the teacups project has only backstitch left. I did do some before, and I'll show you the previous picture. But that's what it's going to look like. I'm doing the top 3 from this whole design out of this book, which you've seen a lot of lately. Let me hold this up so you can kind of see it better. All of the backstitch is done on this teapot, on this side now. I just have to do all the rest on the other one over here. I did a bit more on the Carol Singers project, and I had to pick out a little bit because I didn't like how the colors are going. It's one of the designs out of this book. I'll show you what I'm up to. The lady on this side, the greens I used for her jacket, they weren't differentiated enough. I fudged this design a few times. They have weird colors. So I'm kind of making it my own. But I restitched it now. I think it looks better. We're going back to this magazine again because I worked on the Wise Men. I was mostly working on the border. So that left side border is pretty much done. And I started this down here. But it touches where the Wise Men are, so I don't want to do the border until I have more of their cloaks and stuff finished. But what I might do next is go across the top, because I began a little bit of that gold color there. I'm going to show you my project list via video, just because it's a little too long to take a good photo of it and have it come out clear. I listed them all out. I have a few things several times, like Winter Queen. So that all the goals are fulfilled. And I have 24 projects. And the free, I'll decide what I feel like doing. The only thing I do not have fabric ready for is Favorite Brew. So if it comes up for the January call, I'll have to get that ready pretty quickly. But everything else is good to go or started already. These are the string quilt blocks that I have as goals on my WIPGO board. I did my numbers randomly. 25 wound up being free, and the goal for the quilt blocks is to make 4 blocks.